Now, everyone, please don't open your eyes, keep the eyes closed. But you can, if the posture is not relaxing, that means if the posture is painful, at that time you can change your posture. Relax, relax. Now we are going to practice loving kindness meditation. We are going to share our loving kindness, first of all, with yourself, then with parents, relatives, and friends, then after that with the enemies, and finally with all beings in the world. Relax, relax. Let's start. First of all, let's share our loving kindness with yourself. May I be well. May I be happy. May I be peaceful, very peaceful. May I come out of anger, hatred, jealousy, ill will, and all the negativities. May I attain real peace and real happiness. Real happiness. Spread loving kindness towards yourself. Now let's share our loving kindness with parents, relatives, and friends. May my parents, relatives, and friends be well, be happy, be peaceful. May they come out of anger, hatred, jealousy, ill will, and all the negativities. May they attain and enjoy real peace, real happiness, real peace, real happiness. Now let's share our loving kindness with our enemies. Before we spread loving kindness, let's forgive for the mistakes that we have done, for the actions that we have done towards each other, to hurt each other. I ask forgiveness for the hurtful actions that I did towards them, towards my enemies. And at the same time, I forgive for the hurtful actions that they did towards me. May my enemies also be well. May my enemies also be happy. May my enemies also be peaceful. May they come out of anger, hatred, jealousy, ill will, and all the negativities. May they attain and enjoy real peace, real happiness, real happiness. Now let's share our loving kindness with all the beings in the universe. May all the animals, all the birds, all the fish, and visible invisible beings accept my loving kindness. Regardless of their differences, I share my loving kindness with every one of them. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. Be peaceful. May all beings come out of anger, hatred, jealousy, ill will, and all the negativities. May all beings attain and enjoy real peace, real happiness, real happiness. Now everyone, very calmly, please open your eyes. Relax, relax. Now please unmute yourself and please say 3 times together. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, dear Dhamma friends, so whenever you meet people in your life, as I mentioned this earlier too, please practice this. Whenever you meet someone on your day-to-day life, where or while you are going to your office, maybe at your office, or maybe at inside a shop, inside the store, that you go to buy something. So whenever you meet somebody, it is good if you can spread loving kindness towards that person. That's a very nice habit. That's a very nice habit. And whenever we do like that, so our mood, our appearance for them become so much convenient. We don't understand, but it happens so. At the same time, they feel our positive waves, our positive vibrations towards them. They feel they feel ease, and at the same time, we feel ease too. And that's a very nice act, small but a very nice action to share our compassion and loving kindness with others. Please practice that. That is a very nice thing. So today I'm going to teach everyone about the fourth perfection. Fourth perfection out of the 10 perfections that we need to develop. To have a right life here, nice life here, and at the same time, a nice life after this. And it also helps us to attain the ultimate goal of us. That means the ultimate peace and ultimate happiness, Nibbana. So what is this fourth perfection that we need to develop? So fourth perfection that we need to develop is Panya. In those days language Pali, the word is Panya. Panya means wisdom. Dear Dhamma friends, so when we feel hungry, we eat food. When we feel sleepy, we sleep. And at the same time, so whenever we feel various kinds of desires, so we act on those things. And for those things, and whenever we feel afraid, that means whenever something happens to scare us, we become scared. For those things, we don't need for those things, the thing which causes them, is our intelligence. Intelligence is the thing which helps us to cognize them and react to those kinds of incidents. So, but there is something which is beyond the intelligence. So this nature, this ability, it is unique to all the human beings. You can't see this ability in animals. In animals, for some animals, there'll be a little, but mostly we can't see this quality in other beings like in human beings. Let's say an example. So you go to a mirror. You go to a mirror, and your dog also goes to the mirror. Whenever you see the mirror, let's say both of you see the mirror for the first time, then at that time you understand with your wisdom that this is a mirror. The figure that we can see in the mirror is me. So, but the dog or the other animal, instead of understanding such kind of thing, what it does is it becomes scared. Either it starts to bark at the mirror or reacts some kind of a way that it can resist to the figure that it sees in the mirror. That is the reality. So that is the difference between the animals and us. We have this nature called wisdom. Using this wisdom, the human being has developed a lot. So the human being has even gone to the outer planets, and we even know about the nature of information about the outer planets too, developing this wisdom. So the wisdom, so there are certain qualities of this wisdom. Let me remind you a few. We understand certain actions as negative actions. If we do this action, only what we will get is negative action. Recognizing that if someone prevents, if someone doesn't do, if someone refrains from doing some kind of an action, that's wisdom. And at the same time, there are actions which are positive. When we do such kind of actions, let's say we practice charity, we practice loving kindness, we keep a policy not to harm anyone, not to steal other people's things, or not to practice sexual misconduct, not to lie. Such kind of action, we understand such kind of actions are wrong, and we don't do those things. So then, if we understand that, then we have the second quality of wisdom. So then we understand this is a good thing, and then we understand this is a bad thing, and at the same time we understand that this is a person who is respectable. This is a person who is not a respectable person. And then at the same time, if I do this, this will happen. If I don't do this won't happen, right? If someone understands those things, then that person has wisdom. Then eighth quality of wisdom is, so we understand, right? This happened because of this. This happened. The starting point of this is this one. This is the cause of this one. The tree, it has arisen because of a seed. We understand. So you don't have to see that. You understand it through your wisdom. So that is the eighth quality. Not only that, with wisdom, we understand about our mind, nature of our mind. We understand about this body. We understand about the five aggregates of our body. What are the five aggregates? We understand about the nature of our form, and we understand about the nature of our sensations. That means the feelings, and we understand the nature of our perception, right? And we understand about the nature of our mental formations. We understand about the nature of our consciousness. That we understand those things through deep wisdom too. And we understand about the elements of this body. What are the elements that this body is consisted of? Solid, liquid, gas, and heat. These are the four elements that that our body is consisted of. So everywhere, finally, when you divide this whole body, you can only find these four elements, right? So we understand it with wisdom, and so these are the qualities of wisdom. So once again, this is a positive action, this is a negative action, this is a good thing, this is a bad thing, this is a respectable person, this is not a respectable person, and if I do this, this will happen. If I don't do this, this won't happen. And then this is the cause of this action. This is the cause of this incident, and at the same time, uh, understanding about the nature of our body and mind. All these things happen because of our wisdom. In this world, there are two kinds of wisdoms. One is called, according to Buddha, one is called Lokiya wisdom. Lokiya wisdom means the wisdom related to the general life. So we understand whenever we feel hungry, we understand, right, I should go and eat, right? And at the same time, when we feel thirsty, we go and drink water. And at the same time, for everybody needs to have an occupation. For that, we need to learn. For that too, the general wisdom is the wisdom that helps. So, but there is another wisdom that is called Lokottara Panya, the wisdom which is beyond the general wisdom. So, understanding things as they really are and without deluding from the appearance, right? So, we see things according to the apparent level, but we don't have the ability to see them penetrating. So understanding the things according to their real nature, penetrating, that wisdom is called as Lokottara Panya. That means ultimate wisdom, supra-mundane wisdom. So there are two kinds of wisdoms like that. And there are three steps to achieve the ultimate wisdom. Number one is you need to listen. You need to read and understand. That is the first wisdom. Then you have to think over those things. Let's say in this meditation session too, I give you the descriptions about the practice, about the understandings that we gain by practicing this. I give these descriptions. What you need to do is you need to have all these three wisdoms to understand them. First of all, you hear and keep in mind. And then you focus on those teachings, and then you think deeply. Then you gain the second kind of wisdom. So, first kind of wisdom, then we call it wisdom of hearsay, Sutame Panya, according to the Buddha. Second kind of wisdom is called as Chintame Panya, the wisdom that we gain by deep thinking. Third one is the most important wisdom, that is called as Bhavaname Panya. Not only you listen and understand, not only you think over them and understand it deeply, but also you have to experience it. When you practice meditation, what you do is you experience, you gain the ultimate wisdom, the wisdom of experience. We say everything is impermanent. People know that they change, but they don't remind themselves. So they understand them. But when you think deeply, you get to know more. But whenever you start to understand, whenever you start to experience that nature with your own observation, that which we are doing currently through Vipassana meditation, then what we gain is this wisdom of experience. That is the surest thing in this world. So let's say someone comes here and talks about a cake, right? We haven't seen the cake, but you couldn't see. So when we listen to the description, we think, "Oh, the cake is sweet," but still we don't. Then uh, not only that person talks about the cake, that person has brought a cake too, but he or she doesn't give you. Instead, a piece of that cake, he or she gives to another person. That person eats, and whenever that person eats, what happens is that person's face go so bright. It becomes very bright, and the eyes, it starts to pop up. And while that person is chewing, while that person chews the cake, piece of cake, then we understand. Then that person says, "Oh, this is a very sweet cake, very nice cake." But still, we are not sure about the cake. So that person, it is. But we are more sure about the cake, sweetness of the cake, because we saw an evidence through the other person. But still, it is not. It is not it is not an experience. No, saying that you are still suspicious about the cake. That person who talked about the cake gives you another piece of cake. You start eating, and again, what happens is your face also becomes bright. Eye starts to open widely, and you enjoy the sweetness of the cake yourself. And you say, "Oh, what a sweet cake! What a sweet cake!" Now you exactly know it's a sweet cake. So this is like that. Uh, First of all, you listen to these teachings or to another teacher, and you get to know. That is the first wisdom. Here's wisdom of hearsay. Then what you do is you think deeply. Then you get the understanding. That is the wisdom of deep thinking. Then third one, when you experience yourself through your meditation practice, that is the greatest wisdom that you get, wisdom of experience. So please try to achieve that wisdom. That is the most important thing. So the Buddha says that there are uh, two kinds of educations that human need to have. They are called as Shastra and Dharma. We need to understand about the general things in life, about the trees, about the people, and about the food, and about various kinds of other general subjects we need to know. Uh, that is called Shastra, according Buddhist language. That is Shastra. But beyond that, there is a thing. If we learn, if we develop with wisdom, that will be helpful. The Shastra, when we understand it, it is helpful for this life, right? When we have the general knowledge about things, it's helpful for this life. But the Buddha says, if with wisdom, if we learn and practice something, it will bring a lot of benefits, not only for this life, for many lives to come. That is the second kind of thing that we need to learn. Dharma. Dharma teaches us about who we actually are. Dharma teaches us what actually this nature is. And it teaches us how to live with understanding about both. It teaches the art of living. The art of living. So let's learn Dharma and with wisdom practice these Dhamma techniques with wisdom and practicing it. May all of you be able to come out of all the negativities. And may you be able to develop all the positivities. Practicing the Dhamma ardently. Finally, may all of you attain real peace, real happiness, purification of mind, Nibbana. 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 Now we are going to conclude. Today to all of us join together and practice this noble meditation technique and listen to this brief description of Dhamma, and by that all those ways we accumulated a lot of positive energy. By the power of this positive energy, let's share this first of all with all the sick people. Gaining this positive energy, may all of them recover soon, all around the world. May this positive energy be with all of you. May all of you be healthy and safe throughout your life. And at the same time, may you be able to wisely, with wisdom, may you be able to practice this noble techniques, meditation technique, and practicing it. May all of you attain real peace, real happiness, Nibbana. Everyone, please concentrate. Abhivadana sinisse nichan vada pachaino Jataru dhamma vadanti ayuvanno sukhang balang ayurarogya sampatti sagga sampatti me vache ato nibbana sampatti iminahati samijjatu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Good night to everyone. May all the good happen throughout your life. May you be well. May you be happy. May you be very, very peaceful. May you be.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Right. Good night, Mr. Juan.
Good night, Bante. Thank you.
Good night, Mr. Balaji.
Good night, Bante.
Yeah, good night. Good night, Mr. Frank.
Good night, Bante.
Good night. Jaime, good night.
Night, Bante. Thank you.
All right. Miss Liz, good night.
Good night, Bante. Thank you.
All right. Jantalani, Tiruvan Saranai.
Tiruvan Saranai. Good night.
Vihara, Tiruvan Saranai.
Tiruvan Saranai, Hamdru.
Tiruvan Saranai. Good night, everybody. Good night.